So last class we have discussed about data transfer instructions. Okay. In data transfer we have seen move instructions, move C, move X, stack related operations and exchange. Okay. And also we have discussed some examples related to push and pop. Have you all completed this one? So can anybody tell what would be the answer for this one? Can anyone explain that?
Ma'am.
Yeah, you can explain. Prabhu. Prabhu? Have you all completed or not? So what is your observation? Students, can you hear me? Students? Okay. Please respond. So what is your observation regarding this problem? Have you analyzed? What is the answer? Vasanta Malliga, please tell me what is the answer for this one?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, first move SP comma hash 52, which means the stack pointer is pointing at 52.
Okay.
So the value at that box will be 53, 54, 55, 56.
Okay.
So then move A comma hash 04, which means the ma'am that the value 04 will be stored at accumulator.
Okay.
Then at R0 05 will be stored. Then the value 04 and 05 will be added and it will be stored at accumulator.
Okay.
Then push E0. E0 means what number?
Actually, E0 means here internal address of your accumulator. So this instruction is used to push the value of accumulator into the stack point. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Students, please
What
note
value
it down. Please note it down. E0 is nothing but it is the content. It's the internal memory address. So we are trying to pushing the value from accumulator to stack.
Okay, ma'am. This function is used to push the value.
Actually, internal every register is associated with one internal address. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am. Okay.
here E0 is nothing but your accumulator.
Okay,
E0
ma'am.
is nothing but your accumulator. Push E0 means we are moving the
Accumulator value will be
from accumulator
stack pointer.
to stack pointer.
So now at 53, the added value will be stored, ma'am.
Yeah. That is 9 will be stored in 53. So what is
9 will be stored at 53.
Push
Ma'am, then
0
push 0 means
R0.
R0 value will be pushed into 54, ma'am.
Yeah, 54. Okay.
So then set B PSW comma PSW4. Ma'am, I can't understand this.
Okay, I will explain that. Okay, ma. Thank you. Actually, these listen students, the first two push instructions are used for pushing the value from accumulator and R0 into stack pointer. And set bit PSW.4 is for bank selection. So set bit PS 4.0 PS PSW 0.4 PSW 0.3. Okay. So 1 0. So which bank will be selected? Which one is selected? Bank 2 was selected. So according to this statement, bank 2 will be selected. Okay. So this instruction pop 10. So pop 10 is R0 of your bank 2. So the internal address of R0 of bank 2. Okay. So your current stack pointer value is popped into R0 of bank 2. Okay. And next, your value, stack pointer value decremented. So that value is transferred to E0. That is your accumulator. So initially your stack pointer is pointing 52. Okay. After execution of this particular push instruction, it's pointing 53. So both the values are added. The 0, 9 is pushed into 53. Okay, is that clear? And next, R0 contains 0, 5. Your stack value is incremented by 1 and 0, 5 is pushed into stack. So this table represents your push operation. Okay, and next one is pop operation. So currently your stack pointer is pointing this memory location. Okay, so what is the purpose of pop? The current data pointed by stack pointer is popped into the corresponding register. Here the register mentioned is your R0. So this 05 is popped into R0. Okay, and after that, when this instruction gets executed, your stack pointer decremented by 1 and pointing 53. Okay, so that value holds 09, that is transferred to accumulator. Is that clear?
Ma'am?
Yeah, tell me, Meenakshi.
Ma'am, how 10 corresponds to R0? That alone I couldn't get it. It is bank 2 I can able to understand, ma'am. How 10
Okay.
corresponds to R0?
Just you refer this table once again. I will share the table.
Yes, ma'am.
So bank 2 was selected, no? Huh?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is the address range for bank 2?
10
Please,
to
just you look at here. Huh? 10 to 17. So 10 is nothing but your R0. 17 is nothing but your R7. Bank 2 contains 7 register banks. So each register is associated with one 8-bit address. So R0 address is 10. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So shall we run this code in our simulator for better understanding? Okay.
Ma'am, அந்த ZB PSW 0.4 என்ன மீனிங் ஒரு வாட்டி சொல்லுங்க.
என்னமா set B?
மேம் அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷனோட ஒர்க் என்ன மேம் ZB PSW?
ZBங்கிறது PSW 0.4 1 பண்ணிரும். So actually இப்போ நீங்க 8086ல bit handling instructionsங்கிறது இருக்கவே இருக்காது. 80 according to your 8086 architecture. The unique characteristics of 8051 என்னன்னா bit handling operations allowed. So இப்போ PSW is a bit addressable register. அதுல user என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா we can access individual bits. PSW 0.0 to PSW 0.7 என்னால access பண்ண முடியும் while doing programs. Okay, so இதுல நான் set B PSW 0.4 னா 0 ன்னு இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா அந்த பிட் என்ன ஆயிரும்னா it becomes 1. புரிஞ்சுதா?
ஜீரோன்றனா 1 ன்னு வரும். ஓகே மேம். செட் பண்றோம். ஓகே.
செட் பண்றோம் அவ்வளவுதான். We are going to set the value of PSW 0.4. Set is nothing but 1. Clear is nothing but 0.
Fourth value செட் பண்றோம்.
Fourth value set பண்றோம். Register bank selectionக்கு எந்தெந்த bits use பண்றோம் actually? We are using 2 bits for bank selection, PSW 0.4 and PSW 0.3. So default this value is 0.
Okay, ma'am.
What you want to make this bit is 1 means you have to use this particular set bit 1 0. Idukapra you can give clear, for better understanding you can give a clear PSW 0.3. You can use 2 instructions. Set bit, clear bit. Okay. So your 1 0 means bank 2 will be selected.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So run this code in our simulator. You can understand clearly. Yeah?
Okay.
Ma'am, I have another doubt, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah, சொல்லு.
ma'am, இப்ப add A, R not போட்டிருக்கோம் இல்லைங்க மேம்.
ஆமா.
அந்த டைம்லயே அக்குமுலேட்டர்ல நமக்கு 9ங்கற வேல்யூ ஸ்டோர் ஆயிரும் இல்லைங்க மேம்.
ஆமா 9 ஸ்டோர் ஆயிரும். ஆமா.
அப்ப 53 ல இருந்து 9 போகுதுன்னு சொன்னீங்க மேம்.
இல்ல 53ங்கிறது உன்னோட ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்டர். இப்போ இந்த புஷ்ஷோட ஆபரேஷன் நீங்க ரெஃபர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் அந்த கிளியரா புரியலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த புஷ் இருக்குல்ல, புஷ்ஷோட வர்க் என்ன, ஃபங்க்ஷன் ஆஃப் புஷ்ஷோட வர்க் என்ன, ஒரு ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்டர் ஒரு மெமரி 8 பிட் அட்ரஸை பாயிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். சரியா?
ஓகேங்க மேம்.
இந்த ஆபரேஷன் ஆஃப் புஷ் வந்து என்னன்னா டு இன்சர்ட் டேட்டா எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் இன்டு தி ஸ்டாக். சரியா? கரண்ட்லி யுவர் ஸ்டாக் இஸ், இப்போ புஷ் பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா 52 உங்க ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்டர் பாயிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு. ஆஃப்டர் எக்ஸிகியூஷன் this value will be incremented. That is the operation of push. இப்போ ஸ்டாக் என்ன பண்ணு, it's currently pointing 53. After addition we are pushing the accumulator value into stack. இப்போ current pointing stack pointer value என்ன, memory value என்ன, it's 53. இப்போ ரெண்டு ஆட் பண்ணோனே accumulator will hold 09. So after execution of this particular instruction, E0 அப்படிங்கிறது is nothing but internal 8-bit address of your accumulator. இப்போ E0 contains 09. That's the meaning. This is nothing but your accumulator. So this value is pushed into stack. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next instruction is push 0. Push 0 is nothing but your R0. R0 வந்து currently holds 05. Push operation பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகும்னா your stack pointer is incremented. Okay.
Okay.
So push ஓட ஆபரேஷனே என்னன்னா increment plus insert. இதுதான்.
ஓகே மேம். மேம் இப்ப வந்து புஷ் 0 ன்னு போட்டுருக்கீங்க மேம். R0 யூஸ் பண்ணனால புஷ் 0 ன்னு போடுறாங்க மேம்.
R0 ஓட இன்டர்னல், ப்ளீஸ் ரெஃபர் த டேபிள். அதுக்கு தான் நான் அந்த இன்டர்னல் ஆர்க்கிடெக்சர் நீங்க ரிவைஸ் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்றது. இங்க பாருங்க இந்த பிபிடில R0 ஓட இன்டர்னல் அட்ரஸ். இப்போ நீங்க வந்து புஷ் அண்ட் பாப் இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது யூ ஹேவ் டு யூஸ் இன்டர்னல் அட்ரஸ்.
எஸ் மேம்.
இப்போ இந்த டேபிள் ரெஃபர் பண்ணுங்க. So what is the address of R0? So default register bank for R0 to R7. Okay. So each register has associated with one address. So R0 address is 00, R1 address 01 up to R7. R7 address is 07. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா you can use either register name or address in your programs.
Okay, ma'am.
So any other doubts? So pop or operation என்னன்னா first it will delete the element, data element from the stack. So pop 10, here 10 is nothing but your bank register R0 of bank 2. So the current pointing stack pointer value is transferred to R0 of bank 2. And next one, your value will be decremented that stack is pointing some other value, that value is popped into E0. So 54, 53, 54 contains 05 and 53 contains 09. Let's run this code, okay? First. So what is the first instruction? Move SP, comma, hash 52. Students, please look at here. Your SP is pointing 52, okay? So next instruction, move A, comma, hash 04. So 04 is loaded into accumulator. Your A contains 04, okay? Next, your R0 holds 05. Working. Here, look at here, your R0 holds 05. And here, R0 hold 05. So this row specifies, this column specifies your bank 0. And this one specifies bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, like that, okay? So after execution of add A, comma, R0, your accumulator holds 09. Both the values are added. Now 09 is transferred to accumulator. So next instruction, push E0. So accumulator value should be pushed into stack pointer. So current, your stack pointer is pointing 53. Okay. Here you check the address 53. Here, this one is 50, 51, 52, 53. Okay. So 53 holds 09 after execution of push E0. Okay. So next, push 0. Your 54 holds 05. Is that clear? Next, set bit PSW 0.4. Please look at here, your RS1 is set to 1. So that case, your bank 2 is selected. Okay. Next, your current pointing value, stack pointer value is now popped into R0 of bank 0. Please look at here. 05 is transferred to 10. 10 is nothing but R0 of your bank 2. Okay. And parallelly, you check the stack pointer value. This is decremented to 53. Okay. Next, pop E0. So your accumulator holds 09. And check your stack pointer. Stack pointer is pointing 52. Okay. So your stack is nothing but the 52 is nothing but your internal RAM memory location. You can find the values here. So whatever address you are specifying in the instruction, you can check your values using this window.
Ma'am. Ma'am. மேம் கடைசி ரெண்டு பாப் எதுக்கு மேம் போடுறோம்? இப்போட தேவையே இல்லைங்க மேம்.
இல்லமா, அவங்க கொடுத்திருக்க இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் அது. ஜஸ்ட் we have to analyze அவ்வளவுதான். உங்க டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ல கொடுத்திருக்க set of instruction how your push and pop operation will be performed அப்படிங்கிறது.
Okay.
There is no logic. சும்மா push பண்ணி pop பண்ணி பார்க்கிறோம். How your push and pop operation will be carried out by your 8051.
Okay, ma'am.
Do you understand the operation push and pop operation now?
மேம் மேம் பாப் பண்ணோன்னா வேல்யூ delete ஆகிடணும் மேம் ஏரியா அட்ரஸ்ல இருந்து அப்படி இல்லையா மேம்?
இப்ப பாப் வந்து ஸ்டாக் எது பாயிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோ அந்த வேல்யூவை நீங்க எந்த ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணிருக்கீங்களோ அந்த ரெஜிஸ்டருக்கு பாப் பண்ணும். இப்ப இதுல என்னன்னா பாப் 10, அப்ப ஸ்டாக்ல என்ன வேல்யூ, ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்டர் எந்த வேல்யூவை பாயிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோ அந்த வேல்யூல இருக்கிற டேட்டா வந்து பாப்டு இன்டு 10. ஜஸ்ட் ரிவர்ஸ் ஆபரேஷன். இங்க வந்து ரெஜிஸ்டர் டு ஸ்டாக், இங்க ஸ்டாக் டு ரெஜிஸ்டர். தட் இஸ் த டிஃபரன்ஸ். இதுல புஷ்ல வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவோம்னா இன்கிரிமெண்ட் அண்ட் ஸ்டோர், இங்க டிக்ரிமெண்ட் அண்ட் டெலீட். டெலீட் அண்ட் டிக்ரிமெண்ட், தட் இஸ் த டிஃபரன்ஸ். Please refer your instruction set operations for push and pop. Is that clear? Vignesh? Okay. Shall we move on to next group, arithmetic group?
மேம்
Uh,
மேம் அந்த இடத்துல டெலிட் ஆகலையே மேம். ஸ்டாக் பாயிண்டர் பாயிண்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற அந்த 53 and 54 பொசிஷன்ல அந்த வேல்யூ இருக்கே மேம் பாப் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம்.
பார்க்கலாம், செக் பண்ணலாம். இது நான் அதை கரெக்டாக பார்க்கல. மேபி சிமுலேட்டர் வந்து சப்போர்ட் ஆகும். ஒரு தடவை ரன் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும். $52, 04, 05, 09. $09 pushed, 05 pushed, bank 2 selected, delete all. Pop மட்டும் பண்ணிருக்கு. Actually 8051 architectureல it will delete. உங்க சிமுலேட்டர் வந்து சப்போர்ட் பண்ணல அதுக்கு.
எண்டே கொடுக்கல மேம், அதனால இருக்கு மேம்.
என்னமா
எண்ட் கொடுக்கல.
இல்ல அது ப்ராப்ளம் இல்ல. இல்ல உங்க சிமுலேட்டர் டிசைனிங்ல அது ஜஸ்ட் கெட் த டேட்டா தான் இருக்கு, டெலீட் த டேட்டா இல்ல. கெட் அண்ட் டிக்ரிமெண்ட் இருக்கு இல்ல இந்த ஆபரேஷன். எனி அதர் டவுட்ஸ்? So 8051 can perform the arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, increment, decrement, along with decimal adjust accumulator. Okay. So this table describes the instruction that affects flag bits. Mostly during the execution of arithmetic instructions, these three flags are taken into consideration: carry, overflow, and auxiliary carry. Okay. While executing, while performing add instruction, these three flags will be affected. Add C, carry, overflow, auxiliary carry will be affected. For subtraction, these three are affected. Multiplication, only overflow will be affected. Okay, this operation does not reflect any change in your carry. Okay, and division, overflow flag will be affected. And DA operation, that is decimal adjust accumulator operation, carry flag will be affected. Okay, we will see one by one. So addition, just you look at the table here, given here. So this instruction, add the content of accumulator with 8-bit data or content of any registers from R0 to R7 or internal, any internal memory location, either in direct form or indirect form, and stores the sum in the accumulator. Okay, the destination is always the accumulator, and your source operands may be register or 8-bit data, direct or indirect address. Okay, and additions can be simple or with carry also. So it will perform only 8-bit operations, and this is addition with carry. So what is the purpose of addition with carry? So So what is the purpose of addition with carry? Can anybody unmute and tell me what is the purpose of add C?
If there is
No,
any
my
carry
voice
from the
is-
previous addition, it will be
Yeah.
added, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Actually, the instruction add the source and destination operand, along with the carry flag and stores the result in destination. Just you refer the description. First add a comma hash data, a plus data. After addition, result will be holded by accumulator. Similarly, a plus rn, a plus direct, a plus data pointer by ri. So for this data addressing mode, immediate addressing mode, for register case, register addressing mode, if direct address is specified in the instruction, that instruction belongs to direct addressing mode. The indirect address, addressing mode, indirect. Okay. So 2 bytes, 1, 2, and 1. And mission cycle required for all the addition instruction is 1. Okay. So just you read out the statement and write the program for this one. Write a program to add two 16-bit numbers. Place the sum in R7 and R6. And R6 should have the lower byte. So when adding two 16-bit operands, we need to be concerned with the propagation of carry, okay, from lower byte to higher byte. So here 3C, your first data 3C E7, second data 3B80. So after addition, when the first byte is added, your carry flag will be set to 1. So this carry is propagated to the higher byte, which results in 3C. Okay, 3C plus 3B plus 1. So your answer will be 78. Okay. So your answer for this particular addition 78 and 7C. So first addition you have to use add instruction. For first addition you have to use add instruction. For second one you have to use add C instruction. Okay. So complete the program for this particular example. Use immediate addressing mode. You can directly enter your code into your simulator. If you are very confident in your programming logic, you can share your screen and explain. Please note down the inputs. Has anyone completed? Has anyone completed? Otherwise, you enter your code in the chat box. Don't use DPTR and all. Directly, you can specify your inputs and explain that code. Is anyone ready to explain? Bhaskar, can you explain? Bhaskar? Ajit? Divya? Students, the program is a simple 16-bit addition. Already you have done in the lab section. Oscar, no, ma'am. Divya, can you explain that? See, it's a very simple addition program. So you have to add these two. So before addition or subtraction program, first you have to clear carry. Okay. So what would be the next step, Divya? So what is the next step?
Move A comma hash
Move A comma hash C7. That is load the low byte into accumulator. Okay. So next one, add the low byte with hash 8D. So after execution of these two instructions, your lower byte addition will be completed. Okay. Next, move the result. Save the low byte sum in R6. So that is the problem statement. So you have to store your accumulator answer in R6. Next, load accumulator with higher byte data, hash 3C. Add A, that is 3C with hash 3B along with your carry, because during the previous addition, carry flag will be set to 1. So for that, in order to propagate that carry, we have to use this add C A comma hash 3B. After that, store the result. So this is the logic behind this program. Okay. Is that clear? So shall we move on to the subtraction instruction? Actually, in subtraction, 8051 microcontrollers use 2's complement method. So the reason behind that is every 8051 CPU contains only adder circuit. So that adder will perform both addition and subtraction operation. In order to reduce your number of transistors inside your microcontroller, they have incorporated only one adder circuit that will perform both addition and subtraction. Okay. So for that reason, 8051 uses adder circuitry to perform subtraction command. So in many microcontrollers, there are two different instructions for subtraction. One is SUB, another one is SUBB. But in case of 8051, supports only one subtraction instruction, that is SUBB. So when we use this instruction, we have to make carry is equal to 0 prior to the execution of instruction. So this instruction subtracts source operand and the content of carry flag together from the accumulator and store the result in accumulator. So here carry flag serves as a borrow flag during the subtraction operation. Okay. And the important thing is, when a greater value is subtracted from the smaller value, carry flag is set, otherwise reset. So these are the important points for subtraction. Okay. So one is your 8051 supports only one instruction, that is subtract with borrow. So borrow is nothing but your carry flag. Actually, your carry flag serves as a borrow flag during the subtraction. So it subtract source operand and carry flag or carry or your borrow together from accumulator and stores the result in the accumulator. So A minus data minus C. After the subtraction, result will be transferred to accumulator. For this case, immediate addressing mode, 2 bytes of program memory and 1 machine cycle is required. For all addition and subtraction, 1 machine cycle is required. Add, subtract A comma Rn, A minus Rn minus C, result will be stored in, moved into accumulator. A comma direct, A minus direct minus C, result will be transferred to accumulator, similar for indirect addressing. Okay. So there are 3 steps mainly involved in subtraction operation. Okay. First step is take the 2's complement of your source operand. Here source, for consider this example, let's take this example, subtract A comma hash data. So we have to take 2's complement of this 8-bit data. That data should be added to the accumulator. So after the subtraction, you have to invert the carry. So what is the purpose of inverting carry? So these 3 steps are performed for every SUBB instruction by the internal hardware of 8051. Okay. So this will perform 2's complement subtraction. So what is the purpose of inverting this carry? So just you look at this example, 4C minus 6E. So exact answer will be minus 22. Okay. So this is the 2's complement of your 6E. So both the values are added. Your carry is reset. After subtraction, your processor will complement this carry. Now carry is equal to 1. So what does it indicate? When carry is equal to 0, this result is positive. When that is after inversion. If carry is equal to 1, the result is negative and destination has the 2's complement of result. Okay. For this particular example, the result will be in 2's complement form. Okay. So if the carry is 0, after the execution of SUBB, the result is positive. Okay. If carry is 1, the result is negative and destination has the 2's complement of the result. Normally, the result is left in 2's complement form. So for that case, we have to use complement and instructions can be used to change the 2's complement form to true form. Okay. So CPL it will perform 1's complement operation and increment is to get the 2's complement. So that is the logic behind the subtraction, that is SUBB. So after every subtraction, the carry will be inverted to indicate that the result is in positive or negative. If it is negative, the result will be in 2's complement form. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay. Next, we write the code for this particular example, 4C and 6E, okay? So what is the first data? First data is 4C, okay? So first you clear TLR. First initially clear carry flag, okay? And next move A comma hash 4CH. Next, SUBB A comma hash 6EH. After subtraction, we have to check the carry flag. How would you check the carry flag here after subtraction? So after subtraction, we need to check the carry flag. How do you check the carry flag? So what instruction to be used for checking the carry flag available at PSW? So how do you check? So already you have studied 8086. So how do you check your carry flag status? Using which instruction? Using which instruction we can check the carry? Jump carriers. So next instruction, jump no carry. Jump no carry L1. So if carry is 0, if carry is not set, jump to label L1. Okay. If carry is set, actually the purpose of this instruction, listen. So this instruction will check the status of your carry flag. Okay. Whether carry is set or reset. If carry is not set, the condition is true. We are checking for no carry. Okay. If carry is not set, the condition is true. That case, your program control transferred to the given address or given label. Okay. So if the condition is true, if carry is not set, your program control transferred to L1. Otherwise, it will execute next instruction. So what would be the next instruction if carry is set? So what is the next instruction? If carry is set, your result is in 2's complement and form. Okay. So you have to complement carry. So complement carry and increment accumulator. After that, you have to store your result. Save accumulator content in R1 according to your problem statement. So L1 move R1 comma A. Okay. Students, please remember, so this instruction jump no carry checks the status of your carry flag. If carry is not set, your program control transfer to L1, just saving the result in R1. So there is no need of 2's complement operation, because if carry is not set, the result is in true form. If carry is set, you have to complement the accumulator and increment accumulator for calculating, for obtaining 2's complement, that is for converting 2's complement to true form. After that, save the result in R1. Is that clear? So in this way, we have to check the carry flag or borrow flag after your subtraction. So let's run this code. So carry is cleared. 4C is transferred to accumulator. 6E is subtracted from 4C. So the answer is, original answer is DE. Okay. So your carry flag is set to 1. So we need to take 2's complement. So complement accumulator, the answer is DE. Now the answer is 21. That is the true value. So in this way, we have to check the answer whether it is in 2's complement form or in true form. So next class, we will see about remaining instructions, multiplication and division and DA. Okay. Please note down the homework problem. Just you analyze the code given in the slide. So next class, we will discuss the answer for this. Any other doubts? So regarding your carry flag checking. So after addition and subtraction, to check the carry flag status, we have to use jump carry or jump no carry instruction. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.